Good evening, happy Saturday night, and welcome to Runs Hits Aaron, the Pittsburgh Diamonds pregame show where we talk to Diamonds manager Aaron Miles. It feels like we have all left Pittsburgh and arrived in Honolulu. It's just got a little stickiness in the air. It's warm. It actually is kind of nice if you think about it that way. Thinking about anything except the end of last night's game might be nice.
Well, I'm thinking about today's game.
Yeah, that's right.
Last night was different. Very tough loss. I thought we got a great performance out of Ridge Ackerman, who, and he threw over 100 pitches and he hasn't been. So that was a plus. And Wes Wallace hit a home run. And, but some of the same deficiencies that have showed up again last night. Some 4-pitch walks with the 2 outs. A play not being made, just not being able to close the door, stranding a runner at third. There were multiple reasons why we lost the game, and ultimately, we've been that team, and all teams in this league have struggled. There's some close games, and if you don't win those close games, it's going to show in the standings. And so far, we haven't done great in the close ball games, and we need to do better at that.
A couple things still left over from last night that we don't need to. The most painful way to lose 2 outs in the ninth, then you give up a 2-run home run. You have 2 ups in the extra innings with runners at first and second, nobody out. You don't score a run. But these are things that have happened. You said also in the past. Some of the fun things. Wallace's home runs hit the foul pole. You don't see that very often.
Yeah, absolutely. And I don't think we've won an extra inning ball game yet this year, which kind of had me thinking maybe we should be doing bunt plays today. But it comes down to execution, whether it's defensively and offensively at the end of the game. Those International League rules, when you start with first and second, nobody out, you need to defend it, which we did the first inning. But then, we had our ups and we didn't get the guy over, and we got the fly ball by the next guy, which could have been a game winner, but we didn't get it done. We didn't do the fundamentals to get the ball game, to get the win. So, that's something you deal with young players who are, not as experienced as you would want them to be in those crucial times. And we need to get better at that, and those guys need to hone in and maybe get in the cage, or maybe we need to do some things besides just taking BP and ground balls to make this a better ball club. And we're looking at that, and we're going to do what we can, to kind of turn that around, because those close ball games, they're going to be here, and we need to start winning them.
Last night, one other thing about last night's game, Mike Heller, the umpire behind home plate, took a foul ball right off the front of his face mask. It looked like he actually lost consciousness for a second, and there was a long time where it was not clear that he was going to continue. And what happens in that instance? We were speculating on the broadcast. What happens if you have only one umpire? Does the game go on, or what happens?
Well, the game would go on. The field umpire would then change clothes and would resume as the behind the plate umpire. And depending upon how the other umpire felt, he might want to stay in the field and play the field, but you could go and say, hey, we're going to go with one umpire, and both teams agree to do it, and we're doing it. Other than that, you could agree to just say, hey, we're going to play the game, either revert back to the last inning, which would have been a tie, and then we would have picked it up at some other date. So those are the options. And Mike Heller, I've seen him take some shots before. He's a tough guy, and I thought he did a good job the rest of the way, and he grinded it out.
So we talk to you every day during the long season. We get different Aaron Miles. Sometimes during the season, last year was against Sonoma, we get fired up Aaron Miles. So we got a fired up Aaron Miles this week. Looking forward to San Rafael. Here we are. So what's the forecast?
I'm fired up because it's the next day. I'm not exceptionally fired up at all. We've got some guys banged up on this team right now. Valera's down, Carranza is down. It's not a good feeling when 2 of your best players are down, and Steyerwalt couldn't pitch yesterday. I would love to have that game. Steyerwalt, doing what Ridge did, and then Ridge backing him up a little bit. So we're banged up as a team right now, and we got the best team in the league coming in. So all you do is you grind out at bats, you play defense, you pitch, like you can, and you try to scrape out a win in these 2 games to make it a 500 week. I'd love to, win today and then try to make it a great week tomorrow. But, the steady mind says let's just get one out of these 2 because this is a hot team. And if we can get one, that's great. And we'll go into next week, and our pitching's lined up next week to be very well. And Steyerwald will come back, and McDonald will be have a little couple more days rest. So things are looking good in the future for us. Hopefully, I mean I feel good about going forward next week. But we're banged up right now, and we need to get one of these.
Carranza, what's wrong with Carranza?
Well, he hurt his knee a little bit. He's been on base damn near every single time he's been up and been running the bases. And I think he tweaked his knee a little bit on a bag coming around the other night. And so we're giving him his day because we need him 100%. He's been swinging the bat well, having great at bats, and we don't want something to linger with him further into the season. We give him these couple days. He's going to have 4 days off, so let's get him right and ready for that next week. And hopefully, he'll pick up where he left off with his at bats because he's starting to swing the bat really well.
Moskowitz, what's the story on him?
That's the he's the arm that we've been needing. He did a heck of a job for us in the first 10 days or whatever, 12 days of the season, and then came up with the tricep soreness. He's a big addition in our bullpen that we need. That we're missing right now. The guy that we, either he's going to be a setup guy or closer guy. He's there at the end of the game, and we've been missing him, and it's shown. It's shown because we're thin as far as shutting this game down. But I don't know when he's going to be back. It's a question mark. It's something that he thought would only last a couple days, and it's lingered. I believe Yu Darvish from the Chicago Cubs has also had a tricep thing that's been lingering. Thought it was going to be just a week, and it's turned into 2 or 3 weeks. It's been It's been about 2 weeks now for Moskowitz, maybe a little bit longer. So we're hoping that quickly he'll be back because we need him.
Dakota Freeze tonight against his old teammates. That worked before.
Well, yeah, it worked last time very well. Dakota, he's been throwing the ball well, and we hope he's on his A game. And he's a strikeout pitcher. When he's on, he can be as good as anybody, and he needs to be tonight against this tough San Rafael team.
All right, well, thank you, Coach. Good luck tonight. Right. And that will do it for the pregame show. The first place, San Rafael Pacific's here in Pittsburgh for 2 games, tonight at 5, tomorrow at 1 o'clock if you can't join us tonight. We'll be back for the start of tonight's game right after this.